You can negotiate whatever you want. If you're using SBA financing, just know that anything over 20%, they're going to have to go on as guarantors. And if there's a collateral shortfall, that could mean they could put a lien on their house and different things like that. So I would start there, depending on the financing. Now, if they're bringing in a bigger chunk of change and you're just going to get bank financing, not SBA financing, then you could have different structures as well.
Hello, Beau. I'm Chuck, and I'm currently in the process of acquiring a laundromat with an estimated purchase price of around $1 million. I'm seeking some advice on how to structure a deal that would allow me to bring in equity from potential partners. I have 2 colleagues who are interested, and I want to ensure that the arrangement is mutually beneficial for all parties involved. Your insights would be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance, Chuck.
All right, Chuck. Well, you should always make sure to consult CPAs and attorneys and so forth, but if you're getting an SBA, or the plan is to get SBA financing, anybody that has an interest greater than 20% will have to be a guarantor of the loan. So depending on the structure of that, then I would say if they're going to be partners in the deal and they're going to own more than 20%, then they're going to get more percentage, because they're going to be signing a guarantee in the deal, right? So depends. If you keep them under 20%, then they're not going to have to be a guarantor. So it's really what you can negotiate, and it should be a win-win for both yourself and them. But I would kind of pencil it out on paper and figure out, what the amount of money you need. So if you're doing $1 million deal, you probably need around $100,000 if you're doing an SBA loan, maybe a little bit more if the seller's not carrying. So you're going to have to structure it. Well, those 2 investors, if they're putting up all the money and you give them each 15% and then you still own 70% of the deal, you could do it that way. So I would just play around with the returns and figure out what makes the most sense. Now, if you need to bring them on because they're stronger than you as borrowers, that's a different story. You can negotiate whatever you want. If you're using SBA financing, just know that anything over 20%, they're going to have to go on as guarantors. And if there's a collateral shortfall, that could mean they could put a lien on their house and different things like that. So I would say I would check out, based on how much they're each putting in. I would model out the different returns, and then I would come out with a proposal to them, and then bring it to them and see their thoughts on it. I'm sure there's some other information online, or people, if you can join like a laundromat group and see what they're doing for their investors. But typically it really depends on the deal, if they're signing a guarantee or not, and everything is negotiable. So I would start there, depending on the financing. Now, if they're bringing in a bigger chunk of change and you're just going to get bank financing, not SBA financing, then you could have different structures as well. So can't really give you a definitive answer, but I hope that gave you enough information to start getting your wheels turning. Thanks for the question, Chuck.
Meet Beau, the driving force behind Business Ownership Coach. Unlocking the path to business ownership. Visit www.businessownershipcoach.com. Thrive with Business Ownership Coach.
Hey guys, Beau here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.